Breaking news. Liverpool prepare double £95 million raid on Crystal Palace as talks advance for Mark Guéhi and Adam Wharton. In what is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious and strategically calculated transfer pushes of the coming window, Liverpool FC are reportedly moving closer to sealing a sensational double swoop for Crystal Palace duo Mark Guéhi and Adam Wharton. According to sources close to negotiations, Liverpool have already tabled a £55 million bid for Guéhi and an additional £40 million offer for Wharton, as the club plans what insiders describe as its final major transfer operation before a long-term rebuild cycle. If completed, the total package, worth £95 million, would represent one of the most substantial double signings in Liverpool's modern era, symbolising a shift towards strengthening the squad with young Premier League proven talent. Talks are said to be well advanced between both clubs, with all parties optimistic that an agreement could be finalised as early as January, when the mid-season window officially opens. The saga, which has generated significant buzz across the English football landscape, highlights Liverpool's intent to reinforce both their defensive structure and long-term midfield core as the club prepares for what could be a 5-year period without massive transfer splurges. What follows is an in-depth, fully detailed analysis of this developing operation, the motivations behind it, the internal evaluations made at both clubs, the potential tactical transformation involved, and the long-term implications for Liverpool's sporting project. A transfer strategy years in the making, Liverpool's interest in both Guéhi and Wharton did not emerge suddenly. Club insiders reveal that the recruitment department has spent over 2 years profiling Premier League-based talents who could anchor the club's next competitive cycle. After several periods of squad transition, injuries, and tactical restructuring under the new coaching regime, the board reportedly made a strategic decision. We cannot afford to do heavy squad surgeries every year. This double deal aligns with a 5-year stability plan, an internal source told English media outlets off record. At 24, Mark Guéhi is seen as a defensive leader for the present and future, a homegrown Premier League centre-back whose profile mirrors Liverpool's tactical needs: pace, anticipation, one-on-one dominance, and leadership maturity beyond his years. His consistency at Crystal Palace and experience with the England national team have made him one of the league's most coveted defenders. Meanwhile, Adam Wharton, only 20, has caught Liverpool's recruiting department's attention for over a year. His development at Palace after arriving from Blackburn has been dramatic. With elite passing range, positional intelligence, and an exceptional ability to break lines, he fits Liverpool's long-term midfield model, a blend of mobility, technical control, and decision-making under pressure. The club believes that signing both players at once represents a now-or-never moment before their valuations rise even further. The £55 million Guéhi bid. Why Liverpool want him now? Liverpool's interest in Guéhi is rooted in multiple factors: durability, leadership, composure, and Premier League-hardened defensive attributes. At a time when Liverpool's backline has faced injuries, form fluctuations, and tactical transitions, Guéhi is viewed as the ideal modern centre-back, one capable of defending high lines, covering large spaces, and playing out from pressure. Club scouts consistently describe Guéhi as one of the top 3 most reliable defenders in the Premier League, under 25, a natural leader with elite reading of the game. A defender perfectly suited to a possession-dominant team. A player with Champions League-level potential. Liverpool believe that Guéhi could form a long-term defensive partnership with the club's existing centre-backs, while also transitioning into a future defensive anchor. With Virgil van Dijk entering his later career years, long-term planning at centre-back has become a priority. Sources indicate that the initial £55 million bid could rise through performance-based add-ons, although Liverpool are reluctant to cross the £60 million threshold unless Palace demand it to finalise the operation. The £40 million Adam Wharton move, a midfield for the future. While Guéhi grabs headlines, Liverpool's pursuit of Adam Wharton may prove to be the more strategic masterstroke in the long run. Wharton has rapidly risen from Championship prospect to Premier League standout, impressing with his calmness on the ball, elite passing structure, and ability to dictate tempo like a seasoned veteran. His maturity has shocked analysts, with many comparing him to early career Michael Carrick or even a young Rodri in terms of positional awareness. Liverpool's midfield, though significantly improved in recent seasons, still seeks a player who can take over long-term responsibility as primary deep-lying playmaker, game controller, press-resistant pivot, transition stabiliser. Wharton ticks every box. At just 20, Liverpool view him not only as a reinforcement, but as a foundational piece for the next decade. The £40 million offer reflects Liverpool's belief that Wharton's valuation could explode if they delay, especially given growing interest from Manchester City, Tottenham and Arsenal. Crystal Palace's position: open, but not desperate. Interestingly, Crystal Palace are not blocking the potential exit of either player, but are negotiating from a position of strength. With both players on long contracts and Palace in a stable financial situation, the club is leveraging the Premier League tax on young homegrown talents, interest from multiple top six clubs, their desire to secure replacements before agreeing. However, Palace officials have reportedly been impressed by Liverpool's professionalism throughout the talks. Liverpool came with a clear plan, structured bids and proper communication. Negotiations have been smooth, a Palace side source revealed. Palace are understood to prefer if both deals are done early in the January window, giving them maximal time to reinvest the funds. A 5-year transfer plan. While Liverpool say this is their last big window, one of the most interesting parts of this saga is Liverpool's internal declaration that this could be the last major transfer window for 5 years. The board reportedly wants to build a core young squad, now and then focus on stability, academy integration and tactical consistency. A senior figure at the club said privately, "If we get the right players now, players for the next era, we will not need constant big signings. It is part of a sustainability project." This philosophy mirrors models used by clubs like Barcelona in its golden era, Bayern Munich, and recently Arsenal. Signing Guéhi and Wharton would fill 2 problem positions for the foreseeable future, reducing the need for expensive recruitment later. Liverpool's current squad analysis, where Guéhi and Wharton fit. In defence, Guéhi would immediately be in the rotation for the left-sided centre-back role, with the ability to partner any of Liverpool's top defenders depending on tactics. His strengths include covering wide defensive spaces, strong duels both aerially and on the ground, intelligent positioning in transitions, ball progression under pressure. Liverpool's system demands a defender who can track runners, step into midfield, and resist pressing. Guéhi fits these needs perfectly. In midfield, Wharton would be groomed as Liverpool's long-term number 6 or hybrid number 6/number 8. His qualities include breaking lines from deep sculpting tempo during possession phases, reading pressing structures, making progressive passes under pressure, mature decision-making. In the long term, Liverpool expect him to become the centrepiece of their midfield system. How the deal could be completed in January, reports indicate that both clubs want the framework of the deals finalised early to avoid mid-window complications. The plan could proceed as follows. 1. Final valuation agreement in December 2, medicals and contracts scheduled for January opening week 3. Official announcements shortly afterward. Liverpool are prepared to move quickly to avoid other clubs entering the race, especially for Wharton. Player reaction. Quiet, but positive. Both Guéhi and Wharton are said to be open and positive about the idea of joining Liverpool. Neither player is forcing a transfer, maintaining full professionalism with Palace. But their admiration for Liverpool's project is well known. One source close to Guéhi said, "He wants to play at the highest level. European nights, title races, he is ready for that next step." A source near Wharton added, "Liverpool's style suits his game perfectly. The club's long-term vision is attractive. Both players will let the clubs decide, but personal terms are expected to be straightforward." Tactical transformation if deals are completed. More control in midfield. Wharton's arrival would help Liverpool dominate matches with greater stability and structure. Faster defensive recovery transitions. Guéhi's mobility and timing would significantly improve transitions and reduce vulnerability to counter-attacks. Increased squad depth. The club would have multiple strong options in midfield and defence, essential for competing on several fronts. A long-term core with players like Wharton, 20, Szoboszlai, 23, Jones, 23, Nunez, 25, and Guéhi, 24, Liverpool would form one of the youngest competitive cores in Europe.